Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today we're going to be doing our June holiday with a Halloween twist. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in. And for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So happy National Best Friend Day, you guys. It is a national holiday for best friends, so go out and reach out to your best friend and show them some love because today would be the day. Not saying that every day should be the day, but anyway, every June 8th is National Best Friends Day, so I thought I would pick this holiday out of this month to make it into a Halloween twist. This one was a little tough one to even pick a holiday. There were holidays that I didn't even want to make into a Halloween twist. But I figured let's do a quirky best friend thing because, you know, I watch, as you know, I watch a ton of horror movies, and I find it funny, some of these ones, and having an obsessed person that wants to be the best friend of someone is just so typical for horror movies. So I figured let's do that. So what I have for you today, you guys, there are colors that are representative to National Best Friends Day, and here are the two. We have yellow and green, and it's mostly pastels, but because we're doing this with a Halloween twist, I've used that turmeric color. It's a nice brooding yellow. I mean, it's coming out a lot sunnier, or like more like dandelion on this nail. But I wanted to get some dreary colors, so I took a yellow and I found the dreariest one, which is the turmeric. And then I have this green. I do have a bunch of greens, but most of them are bright. Some of them are neonish to are kind of like Halloweeny, but I didn't want to come off that kind of Halloweeny. I wanted this to be moody and brooding, so I chose this very dull. I think this came from the Earth Moss Wave, but it's not a jelly. Where the heck did I get this? This is definitely a Born Pretty. I just can't remember from what collection that I got it in. So, like I said, every June 8 is Best Friends Day, and I looked up symbols and colors for the holiday. I've been doing that for the holidays. I've been making into a Halloween twist because when you think of the holidays, it's like it seems so easy, and you're like, oh yeah, Memorial Day. Oh yeah, whatever. And then it's like, but what's really representative of the holiday? And then you'd be surprised, like the symbols and the colors and stuff. So when I look this stuff up, we have 4 typical colors. We've got yellow, pink, purple, and green. And so far we have yellow and green on here. Yellow is often considered the color of friendship, which I kind of already knew. Yellow is a cheerful and bright choice. I mean, obviously we're making this dreary, just, you know, generally yellow is a good national best friend day color. So now green is often associated with good luck and trust, making it suitable color for expressing appreciation for your friend. So I mean, maybe that's why I love green. It's never about the money. It wasn't ever about the money. But I love green, and I probably overly trust, and I always love to show appreciation. So I will continue to rock the green. But yeah. So we haven't shown them yet, but the other colors are pink and purple, and pink represents friendship. I didn't know that. Affection and love, that part I knew, making it fitting choice for celebrating friendships. And purple, which is seemingly the surprising one, purple can symbolize compassion, making it a good option if you want to represent a friend's kind heart. Oh, I didn't know all that. Maybe that's why purple has a place in my heart, because like I look at some purples, I'm like, oh, that's so pretty. But anyway, this is not any of the colors. This is chocolate red. I thought about doing a black, but I thought that would be like too harsh and kind of outside of the color wheel here. I think black would be a little too obvious, but I want to shape up a heart right now on my thumbnail. So I'm using this chocolate red to shape up the little indentation part of the heart. And because these are stiletto nails, there's not much I have to do to shape it into the heart. So I'm glad that I chose this shape. But what I wanted to do is, my best friend and I, we would do the best friends necklace. Like, I always loved going to Claire's. That's kind of like the first jewelry store for little kids, I feel. It's where I've got my ear pierced twice. Long story. But, I want to use this color to make that heart shape. So I thought this was going to be cute, and I love that ombre that we did with the two colors. So happy and excited about that. And what I'm going to do on here, obviously I'm going to put best friends on here. Comment below, let me know if you've ever done those half heart necklaces and gave the other half to your friend there. But for this now, the other, so a heart is a symbol of friendship. And then another symbol is the infinity symbol. So I'm just taking the same chocolate red, and I'm just going to be doing some curves here. And it started out coming out looking really good, and then I kind of started messing up like right there. But I'm not mad at it because I was like, oh, it kind of looks like blood drips, so I'm going to leave it. But tell me you don't like this ombre. I think it's so fitting. It kind of like borderline wood grain, but it's, it's not. Obviously, it's green and yellow. It just gives that like spooky kind of feeling, along with the fact that there's stiletto tips. So I think it all works well. And then this chocolate red, it kind of when I say matches the color wheel, I don't necessarily mean color wheel, but the theme of a brooding color. It's like a maroonish. It's not a bright red. It's not a pastel red. It's a close to maybe blood red. like not even oxygenated blood. It's more like this blood has been sitting out and maybe coagulating at this point. The kind of red. Too much. But yeah, so I didn't know how thick I wanted to go on here. I'm going to do a charm in the middle. I'm going to do rhinestones in all these nails. But I really wanted to do a fun best friends nail design and make it work with this kind of, be my friend or else kind of deal. But yeah, so once I get that situated, I'm going to give that a cure. I'm now going to take the time to work on my letters. Yeah, I'm so spoiled with this silicone mold. By the way, you guys, as you know, I'm a brand ambassador for Varnail, and this is my go-to silicone mold. I have minimized the amount of freehand letters to the point where they're not good anymore because I've been so spoiled with this mold. This is how I do my lettering, and I think it's so perfect. So I'm taking that same chocolate red pot gel, and I'm just going to be filling up the letters to spell best friends, and then I'm going to be doing a forever. And then very last minute, I'm also going to do ride or die. I'm not going to show doing all the letters like this. I'm just going to do the first round of letters, just so that you get an idea. If you get this mold, you put a little blob over the letters and then smooth it down with the scrape card that comes with the silicone mold. Again, I am a brand ambassador for Varnail, so if you want to check these out, go in the description box and click on my ambassador link. It definitely helps me out, and I greatly appreciate your support, along with a 25% thank you discount code. Alright, so while that's curing, I am going to be using these purple rhinestones that I got from a Halloween mystery box, and then I have these skulls with a pink rhinestone that I also got from a either Halloween, October mystery box. So that's gonna symbolize the purple and pink for me. So I got all 4 colors on here. And when I originally thought, okay, let's do the holiday colors, it's like, how am I going to make all of that work in a design? And I think it all works out. because the rhinestones are more secondary to the yellow and green. But I think because the purple is kind of iridescent, it gives off that green yellowish vibe as well. And as far as the skull with the pink eyes, I mean, it really doesn't, but it's so minimal. It fits. You know, it definitely fits the mood of, ooh, something spooky going on over here. But so I'm putting on a layer of some no wipe top coat, and I'm sticking on these letters. I'm not gonna lie, at first I was like, oh shoot, you don't put the whole best friends on here, you put half of it because you're splitting the other half with the other heart. And I'm like, oh, I didn't plan that far. I didn't plan to do a second heart. The whole point of the second heart was supposed to be to the friend, not the same nail set. And I said, well, I already did the letters. As much as I love this letter silicone mold, it is a pain in the butt to have to, like, you know, focus on, see, like I'm struggling with this eye here. So I said I don't want the other letters to go to waste. So on this nail set, I'm going to use the pinky to do the other half of the heart. That way I'll be able to use the rest of the letters, and then essentially this whole thing makes sense. Because if I didn't know what the heck was going on and I looked at the nail, it's like, what's B fry? I don't understand what B fry is. So so if they look at it collectively in the set, they're going to see the pinky nail has ST, and then ends, and it has the other, like, jaggedy edge of the heart. So I guess they could put 2 and 2 together. But anyway, so each of these nails I'm going to put these rhinestones on just to, like, tie in the whole theme together. So for this one, though, because I wanted to just do a crown around the cuticle area of the base of the nail, and this situation here doesn't really allow for that. So I'm just going to put a couple of rhinestones randomly in the heart, because I actually did have a best friend necklace where there was like a stone setting in there randomly in that heart. So that was the whole idea with that. Alright, same deal with this one. This is the infinity nail. I'm going to be putting down forever on here. And the thing that I was struggling with was I wanted to put the skull with the pink eyes. That doesn't sound right. Onto this nail, but I didn't want it to cover the infinity symbol, because then it'd be like, what the heck is this? And as you see here, you're going to see that that skull does cover it, but I hope that it doesn't cover it too much that no one can really understand what the heck is going on. So, I've seen some jewelry pieces with the infinity symbol and like a rhinestone, not a rhinestone, like a gemstone along the line of the infinity symbol. So when I put my rhinestones on here, I'm not going to put it at the base of the cuticle area of the nail. I'm going to be putting a simple rhinestone somewhere along the line of this infinity symbol. I'm sure there's a meaning for that. I didn't look it up, so I don't know. If anybody knows, leave a comment below. But I'm going to be leaving a rhinestone on the line of this to give it the sparkle, and then to also tie into every nail, because every nail is going to have this rhinestone. And I did that because it's 4 colors. I mean, I kind of gypped out on the pink, but that's okay. I'm not so much a fan of it. But the purple I can do. So, yeah. That's why I put the purple on every nail. Alright, I've got some gem glue here, rhinestone glue from Beetles. I'm using it up. And then I'm going to take my skull, well, first I'm going to take my purple rhinestone, and then I'm going to grab with the tweezers the skull charm with the pink rhinestone. Yeah, and you know what's crazy? I never know what's in the center. My vision is just, I don't know, maybe my eyes were crooked or something, because like I can never pick the center. I feel like that forever is a little off, and then I'm trying to center this skull charm, and I just feel like, you know, I don't know, it's not working. But yeah, as you see here, it's covering the middle of the infinity symbol, so I don't think you would know what that is. It looks like, oh, there's two loops, one above and one below, and a skull in the middle. What the heck is that? But this charm is fairly heavy, so when it comes to heavy charms, I just want to cure that, flash cure it right away, so that it settles in place, and then that will give me enough strength in the glue to move that nail under the lamp. The slightest movement on heavy charms will cause the charm to slip off, and maybe not slip off, but like to even move. And if I'm having a hard time finding the center, that movement can totally screw up my center. So that's why I do it give it a nice flash cure. Alright, like I said, for the pinky nail, it was more of an afterthought because I completely forgot how this whole half heart works with best friends. But now I am doing the other half of this heart, and on this side, like I said, I'm going to put the remaining letters of best friends on here. And again, I love that ombre. I am not good at doing gel ombre. I can do lacquer ombre to no end, but when it comes to gel, it's just, I feel like I never do it right. But I'm saying this because the ombre on this heart piece and on the thumbnail heart piece is giving it kind of like a 3D effect by accident. The green ombre on top of the humps of the heart is making it pop out like it's a 3D heart. So I'm really enjoying that fact, actually, because you know me and my textures, I like to have different levels of view on a surface of a nail. Sometimes I prefer nails to be nice and sleek and smooth, but other times I want it to be choppy, I want it to be textured, and this definitely does. Like, I don't like to top coat over my letters because my letters give the raised, embossed feel that I love on cards, on stickers, stuff like that. So I think it's really cool that the ombre is accidentally giving it a 3D heart feel to it. But yeah, again, like I did on the thumbnail, I'm just going to take a couple of rhinestones and randomly plop them on to the heart. And then we're going to move on to the remaining two nails. The two nails are going to be fairly simple. Now, when I was thinking for the design of this, the first thought that I thought of to making it Halloweeny is ride or die. There's always that, like, you know, when I did the Valentine's Day with the twist, I did love me or die. So it's like that one-liner that really is gruesome and filled with horror, and it's like, okay, ride or die, because whatever happens, I'm gonna ride for this person and I'll probably die. You know, that's what the whole point is. And I totally forgot to write that anywhere. So I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I did all this work and I'm almost done and I have no space. It was like, good thing I left this nail on its own. So now I went back and I did a few more letters that will spell ride or die. And I'm going to put my rhinestones at the base of the nail, at the cuticle area, to look like a crown. So it all works out. I'm just going to have that one index nail that has nothing on it. But whatever. I did what I needed to do, and I think it came out great. We just have to do this last bit here, you guys, and then we're going to pop in for the end result. I'm so glad I checked, because like this weekend is the busiest weekend for me, to where I really shouldn't be recording or anything, to where I might not have anything to show this week. But yeah, I'm really glad I checked, because today is National Best Friends Day, and the other holidays left I don't want to do in Halloweeny style, so kudos to me. I mean, I really should have planned this ahead, but I know I wanted to get this one out too because I do have my birthday collab coming up and I have to work on that. I haven't even started on that. I do have my Worldly Josieisms video to Thursday. It's revamped. I'm doing it kind of like in a different way. And I'm changing the schedule, as you know, for both of my series because I want to spend more time doing designs like this or other fun designs that really have no theme or regular episode, purpose to it. I want it to be random because I'm like always inspired to do some really cool and funky designs, and at the end of the day it's like, no, I gotta do my night at the improv, no, I gotta do my Worldly Josieisms, no, I gotta do my craft videos. There's just not enough time for me to be artistic in what I'm doing, and I really kind of miss it. So yeah, check out my Thursday video if I have I hope that I'll end up having time to squeeze that one in. But I'm going to be doing, I said this Saturday and Friday, just because this is new, I'm going to repeat it again. We are going to be doing my one night at the improv the first Saturday of every month. We're going to be doing the Worldly Josieism video the second Thursday of the month. Then for the last Saturday of the month, we're going to be doing my live night at the improv, and those are going to be my regular running episodes, so you should be expecting those same episodes every first and last Saturday and every Thursday. Now I can be inspired and do whatever the wind tells me to do any other day, any other given day. So they're going to be nice, sporadic, fun. It's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I hope that, when I put these out, you actually enjoy them. But anyway, all right. So we are ramping this stuff up. I wanted to put as many of these purple rhinestones as possible, but I didn't want to overwhelm it. And you know me, I have like no sense of control when it comes to embellishments. So I'm really glad that I stopped at, I think there's only like 5 rhinestones on these nails. So, but yeah. When it comes to the Make It Halloweeny, it's just going to be 5 nails. But when it comes to every other episode, I may do, it's most likely going to be a full 24 set nail. Because I want to do Josieism originals. That was kind of like my intention from the beginning. And you don't even know I have an Etsy channel half the time, I feel, because I don't really talk about it as much as I do. Because I do so many other things. Obviously, you know that I crochet. I've done some other stuff as well, and I'd posted them on my Etsy, and some of those things got bought up, so they're not even there anymore. But here's the end result, you guys. This one I can't throw up on there. I don't know how I explain this one on Etsy. Like, best friend day, but with the Halloween twist. No, I don't know. I'm not going to waste an advertisement on this one. But yeah, I love how this turned out. I love the ombre. I think the ombre just did it for me. It gives it that creepy look. But here's my first half of the heart. And, that rhinestone, it does have the yellow and green shift to it that you can't even tell the purple's there, which is a little unfortunate. But you can kind of see the purple, just, idle right there, those stones. Anyway, here's my plain Jane. I like it plain like this, but you know what? This kind of reminds me of a stake, a wooden stake for a vampire. So that worked out. And then we have our Forever Infinity symbol with the pink skull. You can think of it as like poison too, because the skull with the crossbones bones also symbolizes a poison symbol. So, maybe sometimes certain best friend friendships could be poisonous. I mean, I watch too many horror movies. It's not like I have that in real life. I hope not. But yeah, and here's my ride or die. The first liner that made me think of this whole thing that I almost forgot to put onto this set. Glad that worked out. And then last but not least is the other half of my best friend's heart I'm going to show that together. I just think that was so cute. Like, I always love to get, I had puzzle pieces too in a necklace that I would, that had the best friends on there, but I really like how this turned out. But anyways, thank you so much, you guys. Comment below. Let me know what you think of this set. If you'd like to make it Halloweeny, again, hashtag make it Halloweeny. You can tag me on it. I would love to see a Halloween twist set. And moving forward, we have the whole rest of the year to make things Halloweeny. I may want to make some different holidays for the rest of the year. But at any rate, thank you guys so much for watching. This is Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. Of course, love you guys as always. So glad that you're here to see all of my madness. But I enjoy it. Glad I'm here. But I'll see you again next time, you guys. Bye.